Hey there, welcome back friends. In this video we will talk about couple of more things related to the communication between web services. So let's get started. But before doing that, first of all, let us revisit the apps. We have two apps. Here is the URL, and first of all this particular URL will list down the devices. Now here, if we check the response, it is a list, and using a list is not a very good practice. Rather, we should make use of an object. We must use a JSON response, and it is always better, it is always comfortable to work with. So we will fix our Samsung app a little, and we will return a object rather than a list, and the object will contain like a further list of other things. So we will check how to do that. Moreover, here we have this page where we are listing down these two links, which is okay, but when we click on Samsung there is a crash. So again, we need to fix this. Apart from that, I have already discussed on this point that in order to add the support of Spring Boot, we need to add this dependency by the name of Tomcat Jasper. The current version is version 9.0.22, but we will go with version 9.0.21. Let me quickly navigate to the app under STS. Here we go. And if I show you the dependency, the version of Tomcat embed jar is version 9.0.21. So we will go with the version 9.0.21 here, and we will simply copy the dependency and add the dependency into our existing app. Later down the line we will need JSP pages. Alright, so that's again one thing. Let me show you the pom.xml file. Let me expand this. Indeed, I have added this thing into the dependency in order to save some time. Pretty cool, pretty standard stuff. Alright, and now let us do some things like adding this particular method. So again, I have added this method, and this method is request mapping / Samsung, and it will return Samsung. And in order to deal with this, we will add a JSP page. So we will add a JSP page by the name of Samsung.jsp. Take a note of this. We have added this / Samsung request mapping into our controller, no rocket science. And for that we will add this view file. Now when we add a view file for a standard Spring project, we don't have a support of a JSP page again. So this could be a bummer for you. If I search for JSP here, you will not get any option. So when we work with STS, there is no official support, and indeed this is not a version of Java EE edition of Eclipse. How to add the support is something I will also show you. And in order to add the support, we will navigate to help, and we will click on Eclipse Marketplace, and here simply search for JSP and hit enter. So there are like a few things which we need to do to develop a application where we also work with web. So here we have this module of Eclipse Java EE Developer Tools 3.13. This is EE Developer Tool. Take a note of it, and it will give you additional things like JSP editor, JSF editor, and all those kind of stuff. And from this window we will go with the defaults which are already selected. Let me click on confirm. The bottom line is there are like many things which we need to do when it comes to developing an application. Some configuration on the IDE, some configuration here and there. So there are always things, and we need to like also take help of Google whenever you get any kind of error. Alright, the installation is complete. Let me quickly restart Spring Tool Suite. This will take couple of seconds, and meanwhile let me also show you the repository. We have added the support of Tomcat Jasper, but we should also add the support of this Tomcat Servlet API and Tomcat JSP API. These will again help you to deal with JSP pages. So we are also building building the view for our application. So that would be good if we add the support of Servlet JSP and JSP API. So let me quickly do these changes as well. These are standard stuff, JSP API and Servlet API. It will add better support for JSP pages. Let me format things a little, save the changes, and now in view file, let me click on new, other, and search for JSP page, and you can easily make out that we have the option of JSP file now. Let me click on JSP file, and we will give the name as samsung.jsp. Let me click on finish. Here is the JSP page, Samsung devices, right? Cool enough. And now we will read the information here, but first of all we need to connect with the microservice. We are returning the view file, which is okay, everything is good, but here we need to connect with the microservice. Now friends, how to connect with the microservice? In order to connect with the microservice, we have something known as a REST template, right? And we will create an object of this REST template. Let us do that. REST template, and as of now we will accept the information as a string, no rocket science. So it would be like result equals REST template dot for get for object. Here we go. So first of all we need to give the URL as a string, so let us do that. Here is the URL, and then we also need to give the response type. As of now we will accept the response type as a string. We will fix all of these issues related to this application later down the line, and this is giving us some kind of warning because we haven't initialized it. So it would be like new REST template. Cool enough, nice. And this result will be what? This result would be simply a string, and we need to pass this string to our our view. Now how to pass information to a view when it comes to Spring MVC? If you don't know, then let me quickly show you. We make use of something known as model and view. So, first of all, let me get rid of this comment, we don't need it, and here we will make use of something known as model and view. The name would be model and view equals new model and view, and we will give the name of the view, which is Samsung. So view name has been passed, and now we can also add data. Let me also show you how we can do that. It is very simple. In here we will simply type in model and view dot add object, and firstly we will give the attribute name as maybe devices, and attribute value as the result which we received. Good enough. And we will not return string, we will return model and view. Now friends, into our existing application there are like many things which we are not doing correct, and we will discuss all of these stuff in greater detail in our upcoming videos. But as of now we are like simply kick-starting our application so that our application at least work. Alright, so here we are making use of model and view. We are displaying the information, we are receiving the result as a string object. Everything is good enough. Now the only thing which is left is displaying this devices attribute into our page. So let me quickly open up samsung.jsp. Let me expand this, and inside this body we will make use of expression language and display devices. Now as this is a string, we will simply display the information as a string format. Now friends, before re-executing this application, there is one small little thing. Both of the view file have different extension, and if we show you the suffix, then the default extension is .html. So here we will make this as JSP. We will mark the home page as JSP again, and this is perfectly okay. You can give JSP extension. HTML code which is there inside home.jsp will be easily executed with extension JSP again. Alright, I think everything is okay. Let me run this Spring Boot app. Let me try to rerun this. I guess I haven't terminated the application earlier. So I will rerun this. Alright, so now it is working, and now let us refresh the page. Here is the page. Let me click on Apple. There is error page. Fantastic. Let me click on Samsung, and this will list down the list. Now we are connected with our Samsung app. We are communicating with the app. Let me show you. Let me show you the file. We are communicating with this web service. Everything is fantastic. There are definitely a couple of things which we need to fix, but congratulations, at least we are communicating with the web service. Alright, so having said that, in our next video we will improve on our existing application. We will also try to implement yet another microservice for Apple, and we will move forward. We will indeed add couple of more microservices, and later down the line we will also add the discovery services, which will automate the discovery thing, which will help us to remove hard-coded URLs. Alright, so this is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day and take care.